Welcome to Cougan's Corner. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I like to get on Facebook and I like to look at memes. And so I'm going to be looking at some memes and reading them and giving my response to them. Our first one is of a cat. It says, took my cat for an ultrasound to check out how the pregnancy was going. Turned out she was just fat. Boy, I tell you what, it's a good thing they put a picture of a cat on here. Let me tell you something, this is some good advice. Don't ever ask a woman how far along she is unless you know for sure she's pregnant. You'll have to trust me on this one. Our next one is by Tracy Tom, and it says, I hope Google never goes down. I know like 6, maybe 7 things. Boy, that is true right there. We have certainly become dependent on Google. Some people can't even get around their own town without using it. Our next one is a meme about a dog. It says this dog tells me you're on drugs. And the citizen says, I'm on drugs? You're the one talking to a dog. Oh, doggone, that's a good one. But I don't think that would work out too well for the drugging, do you? Our next one says this, it says, and so it begins. Only the very best generation will get this. Now, I know I'm old, but surely everyone has seen at least one Roadrunner cartoon. Next, you'll be telling me that this generation today has never heard of the Acme Company. Our next one says this, I can't wait until I'm old enough to pretend I can't hear. What did you say? What? Oh, sorry, I was just practicing. The next one says, can't wait to drive slowly with my kids past McDonald's and tell them there's rice at home. Oh man, that is mean. I'm not a big McDonald's fan, but that is the most impressive looking one I've ever seen. I wonder where in the world that thing is located at. I might just go in and get some chicken nuggets just so I can look around the place. Anyway, that'd be really cruel to do to your kids. Now this next one I can really relate to. When you're cleaning and getting distracted and end up like this for 3 hours. Oh man, that has happened to me so many times. You start working and you're doing some housework, then you say, I wonder what's on the TV. And then you turn the TV on or you get on YouTube or whatever you're gonna watch. And you start watching and you say, well, maybe I'll just watch till the end of this episode. You start lying to yourself. And it's amazing how well you'll believe your own lies. And then you'll say, well, maybe I'll get up and finish doing this in just another minute. But then another show comes on or another link pops up that you want to check out. And there you are. You're on the couch or on your bed for another 3 hours. Now let's take a look at this next one. It says, you wake up from a nap and see them in your living room. What is your next move? Well, first of all, I would probably jump and my heart would start pounding. But then when I saw Freddy Krueger, I would assume I was still asleep because that's where he's found in your nightmares. And so then I wouldn't be that concerned. Our next one is this. When you set an alarm for 7, but also for 7:05, 7:10, 7:15, 7:20, 7:25, and 7:30. I wish I could say that this doesn't happen to me, but I do this all the time. No pun intended. Our next one is by somebody's name I can't pronounce. It says, I'm at Disney, and the mother just told her son, this is the happiest place on earth. Don't make me slap you. Oh, I love Disney World. Been there twice. But I understand where this lady's coming from. Because sometimes when you take little kids with you to Disney World, the magic is just overwhelming, and they turn into little monsters. And you feel like slapping them sometimes. Not advocating child abuse, so don't try to ding me on that. I like this next one. It's very creative. It's a wedding invitation. And it says at the very bottom, it says, if you do not reply by October 1st, please bring a chair and a sandwich. And so I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, whenever someone sends out wedding invitations, they want to know how many people are there so they can know how much food and how many seats to have. So if you're not going to respond, like they said, you better bring your own food and bring your own chair. Our next one is this. It says, pick 1 before the beginning of the film. Pick 2 before the beginning of the film. Oh man, this is so true, especially if you're the first one to make popcorn. You pop it in, you get it made up, and then you gotta wait on everybody else to make their popcorn. By the time they're finished, you've already eaten all your popcorn. Happens all the time. Our next one says when your pet starts staring at something that isn't there. You know, it always makes you wonder, what in the world are they looking at? They're just looking into thin air. But I've also seen young children do that, and they start pointing. You're like, what in the world is going on? What are they seeing? It's kind of creepy sometimes. Our next one is this. When you catch yourself in your feelings, then you remember who you are. Boy, I can relate to this. Back whenever I was about 7 years old, I was riding my bicycle along, and then there was this rock in the middle of the sidewalk, and I hit it, and I fell over, and I scratched my knee. And that caused me to start crying. There wasn't anybody around, so I was like, oh. But then a neighbor came out, and they saw me crying. They said, oh, are you okay? And I was like, yep, I'm just fine. Got on my bicycle and went off. And so, you know, we can control our emotions, and sometimes we do, especially once we know someone is watching. Okay, here's our next one. It says, a puppy warming its paws. Oh, that's just too cute. Oh, I mean, yeah, whatever. It's just a puppy there, yeah. Next one says this. Will you marry me? The girlfriend says no. Then you have the hot air balloon pilot saying, it takes me about an hour to land this thing, so this is now awkward. Could you imagine that? Taking your girlfriend up into a hot air balloon, having this all arranged so that you can propose to her. Then you go up and you propose at the very beginning of the ride, and she says no. Not only would that be awkward for the hot air balloon pilot, it'd be awkward for the boyfriend and the girlfriend. Oh, what a bad situation. Here's our next one. It's by Krista. It says, tell me why my boyfriend just tried to dust his PlayStation off with my makeup brushes. I don't know, Krista, but you sure did make me laugh. Whew, I wouldn't even begin to try to do that. I wouldn't make it the rest of the day. I'd be a dead man. Okay, here's our next one. How to tell someone that their breath stinks without hurting their feelings. Well, I'm bored. Let's go brush our teeth. Well, I think that would be an awfully strange thing to say to some stranger in public. Excuse me, sir, I don't really know you, but I'm kind of bored. Would you like to go brush our teeth together? I don't know if that'd work or not. Our final one is this. Why don't I have tattoos? Would you put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari? I don't have tattoos, so I'm gonna have to start using this thing. That's pretty funny. Well, there you have it. There's some memes that I found on Facebook. What do you think about this? Do you have some jokes you want to crack about some of these memes? You know, some memes are good and some memes are really bad. If you like this particular style of video, you like looking at these memes and the comments I make, let me know if you'd like to see some more of these. Also, if you like this video, then please subscribe and hit that notification bell.